early November. The skies over the central United States trembled. Helicopter engines ripped through the early morning fog, marking the beginning of an unprecedented operation. More than 2.4 million wild boars were wreaking havoc on farmland on a massive scale. Cornfields were plowed up overnight. Wheat paddies turned into mud. What do you think about hunting wild boar with bows and traps? Subscribe and leave a comment if you're brave enough to watch until the end of the video. When firearms can't be used, boar traps turn the hunt into a silent battle of wits. No gunshots and no muzzle flash. Only fresh tracks pressed into wet mud and fields torn apart under the cover of night.
You ready?
A steel trap is set deep in the forest, camouflaged with dry branches, the faint scent of fermented corn drifting through the air. Wild boars are not foolish. They sniff, they hesitate, they step back. Then, the entire herd surges forward in a single brief moment. They test the ground. The gate slams shut with a cold metallic crash. Inside, raw wild strength is compressed. 20 to 50 boars, heavy breathing, hooves hammering against steel. This is a confrontation without a single shot fired. Slow, tense, and unforgiving.
Easy, buddy. It's all right.
Each year, Texas farmers lose more than $80 million. Many rural communities are on the brink of despair. What compelled the Texas government to deploy helicopters and military-grade technology to protect crops? And will this drastic measure be enough to stop the crisis? Comment number 1 to see how it all ends. Wild boars in Texas reproduce at an astonishing rate. A single female can give birth to up to 14 piglets per year. Within 6 years, their population doubles, surpassing 2 million individuals, putting immense pressure on farmland. They move in large herds, sweeping everything in their path. Each year, wild boars cause over $57 million in agricultural lawsuits. From olive groves to hundreds of hectares of cornfields, they dig up the soil, damage irrigation systems, and pollute water sources. Their bodies carry many dangerous pathogens, from skin infections to viruses transmitted by insects. The risk is not only to livestock, but also to humans. Traffic accidents also increase when herds of wild boars unexpectedly cross roads at night. Faced with such severe economic damage, the U.S. was forced to act. And helicopters became the unavoidable choice. The wild boar hunting season by helicopter lasts from November to March. During this period, wild boars usually congregate in large herds, making aerial detection far more effective than ground hunting. Only on days with light winds, clear skies, and no fog are helicopters permitted to take off. Hunters must possess an official license issued by the local authorities. Common weapons are the .308 Winchester or .3006 Springfield semi-automatic rifles, equipped with thermal or infrared sights. This allows for target identification in all lighting conditions. Dawn over the fields. The roar of a helicopter tearing through the quiet sky. From above, the hunting team had a panoramic view of the valley. Below the rotor blades, the fields appeared in a state of devastation. Near the edge of the forest, a herd of about 18 wild boars was gathered. The pilot, with 12 years of experience, lowered his altitude, guiding the helicopter over the narrow gap. The gunner gripped his rifle tightly. He chose the lead boar. Then he pulled the trigger. Bang, bang, the shots rang out in rapid succession. The boars fell to the ground. Hunters believe that high-speed pursuit shortens the time and reduces operating costs. Aerial hunting is therefore becoming increasingly popular. But helicopters can't fly forever. When the dense jungle terrain doesn't allow it, the hunt is forced back to the ground, where every mistake is within striking distance. In the midday sun, the hunters move slowly along the edge of the forest. Rifles held low, ready to be raised at any moment. They stop, spotting a herd of wild boars. Their dark bodies silently spill out of the forest. Their noses pressed close to the ground. Butting, scratching, and fighting in tense silence. The shooter takes up his position. The scope is fixed on the lead boar. The distance is just over 90 meters. Finger grips the trigger. Bang! The shot tears through the air. The lead boar falls instantly. A second shot rings out almost simultaneously. A wild boar spins and collapses. Within seconds, the field is silent again. At night, the hunt underground begins in the quietest way possible. Darkness envelops the field. The thermal scope scans slowly. No one speaks loudly. Just a slight metallic clang is enough to make the whole herd change direction. Then the heat waves appear. The wild boars begin to emerge from their hiding places. Night is their territory. 1, 2, then a whole cluster of dense, dark shadows. The scope locks onto the leader. A moment of absolute silence. Bang. When the shot rings out, it's not a show of force, and it's a moment of decision. Because if you shoot slowly, the herd will scatter. But to understand why wild boars can spread so rapidly, when primary forests disappear, the vegetation cover is stripped away and natural predators decline. Meanwhile, wild boars are perfectly adapted to these disturbed fringes. They utilize open spaces, forest edges, construction sites, and newly opened roads as migration corridors, easily accessing artificial food sources from farms, storage facilities, garbage, and young crops.